Hello, Meoni here and welcome back to part 2 of the Eden Gatewing boss guides. This is a quick guide then for normal mode Voidwalker, which is the second boss in the first wing of a new 8-player Eden raid. Voidwalker's first move that you actually see is Doom Void Guillotine. This highlights a section of a room with a red rectangle. Please don't stand in this. After this shape fades, a series of monsters will march forwards whichever way they face. Simply look at where they're marching and stand where one is not going towards your position. Failure to do so and letting one pass through you will put a vulnerability debuff on your character, which is especially bad for tanks, especially in the latter phases. Next up is Doom Void Slicer. This is a safe melee circle to stand in, so move under the boss. Shortly after, more monsters will actually spawn and march inwards to the boss. Same again, simply walk to where they're not marching, i.e. in this case a diagonal position. Shadowflame is a 2-target split damage ability targeting the top 2 on Enmity, so your 2 tanks. This is simply a medium tank attack to heal through. And now we get onto the main mechanics of the fight. FFXIV is the first mechanic. This puts markers on players' heads with a large AoE circle. Spread these out before they actually explode. Then afterwards you will see Unholy Darkness, which is of course a stack marker, so stack in melee range to absorb this. Now you know these 2 abilities, it's time, pun intended, to introduce the main mechanic of the fight. The boss will cast Spell in Waiting. Whatever spell goes out, either FFXIV or the Unholy Darkness stack marker, will be delayed. It's important to remember which ability was cast first, as later into the fight they overlap them back to back. For now though, in this first phase they introduce you slowly by showing that with the delayed FFXIV here it doesn't immediately go off, and then a countdown above your head will tick down, sort of like a dice symbol, to show when the ability will actually detonate. If the FFXIV comes out first, then that's what will actually go off first and you should move accordingly, so stay out and wait for it to explode before going inwards for the stack marker. If the stack marker was put on a player first, then obviously even if you have the horrible exploding markers, they will not detonate before the stack marker goes off, so stay and stack to split that damage, then as soon as it's over, spread out quickly. This is the #1 killer of pugs because people just don't understand which to do first. Entropy is a raid-wide AoE to heal through, it's nothing too difficult there. Eventually you will see the Hand of Erebos ad spawn at one of the sides of the platform and arrows appear on the ground. You need to be as close to that side as possible where the hand is to be pushed back safely without being thrown off the platform entirely. The cycle of Doom Void Guillotine with the marching ads will happen again during these pushbacks, so try to plan further accordingly. It's pretty much rinse and repeat from phase 1's mechanics until about 59% when we saw the boss shout, "Your evil will not go unpunished," to which lots of dark circles actually appear on the ground, and you need to have someone stood in all of these to reduce the damage from the next ability, Unholy Darkness. Shortly afterwards you will get some timed abilities again. As I said earlier, this is where you start to see the stack marker get a timer and then the spread markers. Make a note of which came first again and prepare for that one first. Once again, if a stack marker came out first, stack in preparation regardless of what you have above your head, and then move with your AoE after the stack and vice versa. You'll now see Hand of Erebos knockback markers, circles to stand in, more delayed abilities, and marching ads to avoid in different orders, but in general you've seen the entirety of the main mechanics of the fight. The only real addition here is the new ability Shadow Eye, which puts a eye marker on a player. Sometimes this is even a delayed eye marker. This player should move completely away from a group, as your characters shouldn't look in the direction of that player when it fades, or everybody in direct line of sight of your character's eyes will get petrified. So if you do get this, just move away so that people can continue their DPS without having to move from your line of vision. Simply rinse and repeat what you've learnt and the boss will die pretty easily. Either way, I hope this was helpful to some of you out there. Thank you all kindly for watching and I'll see you all next time.